Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another video. It has been a hot minute since I have said that, you guys. It's been a hot minute since I have sat down and filmed a video, and I feel like things have only just gotten crazier since the last time I've sat down and filmed a video. Like, what the hell is going on in the world right now? You're here because you want to figure out how to save some money for planning your big day. First of all, congratulations. I remember when I first started planning my wedding, I was so freaking excited. And I feel like now that I am a year and a couple of months out, I feel like since I've had time to let it simmer, figure out what all happened and how much money I have spent, I feel like now I can give some really good tips and tricks on how to have your dream wedding, of course, on a budget. So that is why I figured, let me sit down, let me help you ladies or gentlemen, you know, figure out how to save some money, how you cannot end up crying in a Subway 2 days before your wedding with a footlong in your hand. I know, because personal experience, okay? So if you want to get some budget saving friendly tips and the tea on me being married a year and like some things I didn't expect, some things I did expect, then just keep watching. I don't know, by the way, why I was sitting like this, like ew, like am I literally Hulk Hogan? I was literally like, just keep watching. Like, I cannot with the way that I'm sitting. Don't be scared to hit up the freaking Dollar Tree. Let me tell you, in my area, I knew every single Dollar Tree's delivery schedule. I literally hit up every single Dollar Tree around my area and surrounding areas. Every Dollar Tree has different stuff, and you can literally deck out your entire wedding at the Dollar Tree. I kid you not. The theme of my wedding was like candlelight, very romantic, very like florally, like whites, creams. That was the vibe, if you get the vibe, you know what I'm saying? Nobody had time to light freaking candles, like every single candle on the table, every single candle down the aisle. So pre-lit candles were a necessity, and I found those at the freaking Dollar Tree. They came in all different shapes and sizes. I even bought the vases at the Dollar Tree. I bought the candles at the Dollar Tree. I bought different variations of vases at the Dollar Tree. So I had floating candles. I did have some real pre-lit candles, but what saved me so much that I can definitely recommend if you do have a candlelit theme, or if you just want a lot of candles at your wedding, I definitely recommend going the pre-lit route. But pre-lit candles at any other store are freaking expensive, even if you go to a wholesale store. So hit up your local Dollar Tree. They have these pre-lit candles all year round. Literally bought probably over 300 of these vases and these candles at the Dollar Tree, no joke. If you have 20 bucks to spend, go buy 20 candles or break it up and do 10 candles, 10 vases, and do that like once a week. And before you know it, you have like a shit ton collected like I did. I had these on the table as well, which were these little mirrored candle holders. You guys, I bought so much stuff at the Dollar Tree. I will say, if you live in San Antonio, the best Dollar Tree is the one on San Pedro by North Star Mall. That's the biggest location, and they get all the best stuff there first, and then everything from there is distributed to all the Dollar Trees in the surrounding areas. Throwing Epsom salt in your vase instead of sand. Sand is really freaking expensive, and it's also really hard to find like pure sand that doesn't have like little random colored specks in it. And if you do get pure sand, it's probably going to be like anywhere from $5 to $10, a really small bag. So I came up with the idea to use Epsom salt because I really wanted it to be all white. I didn't want to do a tan sand. I wanted it to be a white sand, and the white sand is really freaking expensive. So I ended up using Epsom salt. I picked up probably like 8 or 10 bags, $2 or $2.99 a bag at Walmart or your local grocery store. So this is definitely a really good way to add a little filler, and it just adds a little extra pizzazz, whether you're putting these on your table or whether you're putting them down the aisle. I attempted to start buying sand, and I was literally like, what the hell? Why have I spent like $800 on like 4 bags of sand, and you're never going to use it again? It's literally like you only use it the day of. You hardly even see it yourself. Like, after that day, you throw that freaking sand away, or you, in my case, still have it in these vases that are sitting in my garage. It saves your wallet so much, and you don't burn a freaking hole in your pocket, which, yes, isn't that the goal? You guys, let me tell you, I literally made my dollar stretch throughout my wedding. I wanted to splurge on my dress, so I was determined to cut costs where I could, but not in like a cheap way, in a very nice way. Nobody could even tell the little cuts that I did. Another one is hitting up freaking Goodwill. So if your venue, I was like really holding this glass like really tight. I'm like, hit up Goodwill. But anyways, hit up Goodwill because this is where I picked up probably 150 champagne glasses. So my venue didn't come with champagne glasses, which is kind of weird when I think about it. Like, why didn't it come with champagne glasses? I don't know. I don't know why we had to go buy champagne glasses, but when we priced them at a wholesale shop, they were still too expensive. And I mean, anything with the name wedding attached to it is literally gonna poke your eyes out and steal all your freaking money. So if you can go to a wholesale shop anywhere that doesn't have wedding attached to it, I promise you, you will save so much freaking money. If you look up in your area like wholesale flower shops or decoration shops, I promise you, you will find them and they are freaking lifesaver. Plus, they have like the best stuff that you won't find like at Walmart or Home Goods or, you know, all those typical stores like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I will say, if you hit up Hobby Lobby, make sure and use their 50% off coupons because that is the freaking plug. If not, some of their stuff is kind of pricey. Anyways, back to Goodwill. They're anywhere from 10 to 25 cents and some of them were like super cool. We even found that some of them were real crystal. So they were all different like shapes and sizes and like different like designs, which was cool. I didn't really mind. Most of them did look like this. We did go ahead and wash them and disinfect them. You guys, this is the best route. I want to say we spent under like $50 for all of those champagne glasses. So if you're having like a wedding maybe in your backyard or a wedding at home and you have to completely buy everything yourself, or if you don't want to go through like a company where you have to rent like all of your plates and forks, because that can get really expensive. Okay, so the next way to save a shit ton of money at your wedding is using some faux flowers intermixed with real flowers. So that's what I did. I had baby's breath, I had white roses, and I had a whole bunch of greenery like on the table. I had baby's breath throughout down the aisle to help fill up like a large abundant of space, and those need like the less maintenance as possible. A lot of these flowers, they need a lot of like care prior up to like the big day, and you know, while the big day is happening, like they start to wilt. So I didn't want to have to deal with that, so I wanted to go like the least expensive route as possible. Had some faux flowers mixed in with the real arrangement, and you really couldn't even tell at all. The lights were dimmed, the vibe was right, the music was right. Nobody was even noticing that there was fake tables. No, there were fake flowers on the tables. All about a good fashion moment, so I had to not only look good myself, but I had to make sure that my girls looked just as amazing. And as I started doing my research on the bridesmaid dresses, I realized how freaking hideous all bridesmaid dresses are. I feel like a lot of bridesmaid dresses are definitely outdated. Please let me know if I'm like, am I the only one who feels this way? I couldn't fathom them then paying $300 for like the world's ugliest dress and then expecting them to like do what with it after. Like just like literally hang it in their closet or give it to Goodwill. I've been in a few weddings and I've done that myself, and it's literally the worst thing to have to like think about after a wedding, like how much money you spent on like the world's ugliest dress. So I was like, okay, I need to come up with a solution for this because I don't want this in my pictures and I don't want this for my girls. I don't want this for their wallet, nor do I want this for like just their vibe that day. Like I want to feel my utmost best, and I want who is like in my circle and you know around and in my wedding party to feel the same way. So I was like, okay, I need to find something that is gonna, you know, be able to work with that vibe and make them feel sexy, make them feel good, make them feel beautiful. So I did go ahead and find an option that was simple, that was sleek, that was sexy, and that was something timeless that would be something in their closet, hopefully, that they can grab if they are going to another formal event. So what I figured when searching for bridesmaid dresses, scratch looking at any bridal online store, because one, it's gonna run your girl like anywhere from $200 to $300, and they already probably have to go get it altered, plus get shoes, plus hair and makeup, unless that's the vibe you're going for. And if that is the vibe you're going for, hey, it's your vibe, don't let me like damper on it. It just wasn't my style that I was looking for when styling my bridesmaids. A lot of stores are actually adding a bridal section tab to their website, so they pull some styles that they feel are bridesmaid appropriate or even like wedding appropriate if you're looking for an outfit to wear to a wedding and you just like don't know what to wear. So I would definitely comb through some of your favorite online stores. I don't think I mentioned this, but I didn't have a wedding planner. I just did it myself. My mom, my mother-in-law, my sisters, they helped me out. So this was strictly like me just figuring it out, figuring out where to go, doing research, and just, you know, word of mouth and just talking to people. So that's why I wanted to film this video, because, you know, it would have been nice for me to see a video like this just to kind of give me an idea of where to start, where to go, or where to even freaking finish. So shopping local, like smaller cake shops or local florists, will definitely also save you money. And honestly, I went to a really small cake shop, probably not on like the best side of town, but the cake lady that freaking killed my cake. The flavor was amazing. The overall like aesthetic of my cake was literally everything that I wanted. Not even kidding you, she literally executed the picture of the cake that I wanted to a T, and I literally paid $1,000 less than what I got charged. Hear that again, I paid $1,000 less than what I originally was quoted for the cake that I wanted from a very prominent wedding cake person in San Antonio, which I was originally quoted $1,500 for a wedding cake. $1,500? Like, are you kidding me? No, I better literally poop gold if I'm eating a cake. That's $1,500. So I feel like the most expensive part of a wedding is the bar, but I mean, like, who are we kidding? Like, every part of planning a wedding is freaking expensive, even when you are trying to cut costs, let's be honest. But the most expensive, stressful part of planning a wedding is the freaking bar cost. So I figured I would share with you guys what Daniel and I did on trying to save some money and trying to please our guests without having to spend money themselves on alcohol. We decided to come up with one signature drink, 2 beers, and have like 1 or 2 wines, so that we please a little bit of everybody. We please, like, you know, the cocktail person, we please the beer person, and then we please the wine person. So if you wanted a separate cocktail, there was a bar around the hotel, and you could go around all the way to the hotel into the bar and pay for a drink yourself. But who wanted to do that when you could get a free drink? And besides, the people that you have at your wedding, if they're like that picky over alcohol, like, they don't need to be at your wedding anyway. They should be there celebrating you. So even if you didn't have alcohol at your wedding, like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But having alcohol at a wedding is obviously a plus, so I wanted to make sure and, you know, have my guests, you know, feeling good. And after a certain amount of time, it was going to turn into a cash bar. So we did have a set budget, and once it hit that like limit, then it closed and it went into a cash bar. Luckily, we didn't hit that limit. We overestimated how much people were going to drink, and everybody got free alcohol all night. We didn't run into a problem. Nobody was belligerently drunk, and everybody seemed to love the drink selection that we chose. That is how we saved a shit ton of money on the bar. Let me tell you, I've talked to a few people who literally had the most outrageous bar tabs. Like, I literally didn't want that to happen. I was like traumatized. I was like so scared that we were going to be hit with like an insane bar tab. So those are my top tips on how we managed to really save a lot of money. Honestly, I could be here all freaking day giving you guys advice. So if you have any specific questions, ask me in the comment section down below, and I will definitely be answering all of you guys' questions. I know there's like so many other ways to save money, but there are some other tips and tricks that I also want to talk about just to help keep you sane when planning a big party or preparing for your big day, because it can be really freaking overwhelming, especially if you're having somewhat of a big wedding. I mean, shit, even if you're having a small wedding, like, I feel like it would still be pretty hectic and chaotic, because you just want that day to be perfect. Above all else, just really make sure you are fully living in and enjoying the moment of the wedding planning process and leading up to the big day, because it happens so fast. And literally, I had so many people tell me that, and I was like, okay, grandma, like, I get it. I'm just really stressed out about the flowers that are gonna go on my freaking cake right now. When in reality, that was like not a big deal at all. That I wasn't really stressed about that, but that was just like a little, you know, like little minor inconveniences will occur. Believe me, they will. I had so many people tell me that also, and I was like, why are you trying to put this bad energy on me, okay? But it literally does. It's just like, it's life. Little things will happen here and there, like my hair person canceling the morning of Like, what the hell? Like, why are you gonna do this to me? Why? Okay, like, it's my big day and you're literally gonna try and give me like the lamest, wackest excuse. Like, please, come on, girl. I need my $75 back for my bridal trial too, by the way, okay? No, but seriously, like, my hair girl canceled. Luckily, my mother-in-law came to save the day. She did my hair and it looked absolutely freaking amazing. It actually looked like what I was going for to begin with. Literally, I called everybody I knew at like 8 in the morning and I was like, okay, I'm trying not to stress out, but my hairstylist just canceled. And actually, she didn't cancel at first. She first asked me to drive back 45 minutes to my house and if she could do my hair there, because that was the only option she could offer me, even though I was 45 minutes away and I had so many other things that I needed to do. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna go accommodate you and go drive 45 minutes back and then 45 minutes back this way. Like, not gonna happen. I already had spent the night out where I was gonna get married and I already had so many people showing up. I was like, you know what, if I have to run butt naked down the aisle to my man, then that's what's gonna happen. Make sure you surround yourself with people who love you, who support you guys, and who only want the best for you, because you don't need any type of energy that's off on your big day or leading up. And like, let alone, you don't need that type of energy in your life in general. I promise you, planning your wedding and just entering that phase in your life will shift all types of energy, whether that be friend energy, whether that be personal energy. Getting married, whether you've been with a person for like 50 years or not, is a whole different type of game, okay? It elevates you in every type of way. The moment I saw Daniel, it was like an outer body experience because I was just so excited. I couldn't believe I was about to get married. I had envisioned this like my entire life since I was a little girl. So in that exact moment, as I'm about to walk down the aisle to see my husband, because I had to walk like, I had the world's longest aisle from like where I had to come out. I'm not even kidding you. And I was getting married outside. So, you know, I was walking on a sidewalk. That sidewalk had just been poured like probably like 2 or 3 days prior. So it was brand freaking new. Nobody had walked on it, nothing. It was brand new. One, it was so bright I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I legit needed sunglasses. Like, so I probably looked really freaking funny walking down the aisle. And two, as I saw Daniel, my head got whipped back. I'm not even kidding. I feel like my soul got taken out of my body because that's how hard my head like whipped back. My dad looked at me like, girl, you good? You okay? Like, are things good right now? But I couldn't figure out like what was going on, like why my head got whipped back like that. And so I'm like trying to walk. I'm like, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I'm good. Like getting like literally whipped back, like as I'm walking to Daniel. Me and my dad are like having to take like one step at a time because I'm like, what is going on? Like, trying to pull my head's like being pulled back. I'm not even kidding when I say my veil was so freaking long. Beautiful, but long as fuck. But the most dramatic, longest veil in the world, which I absolutely loved. But now that I think about how much money I spent on it, and I literally only wore it for like 2.5 seconds, it got stuck on the concrete and it had all these little like sharp little like things sticking up, like not like sharp like it hurt, but like, you know, just like it had like these, it wasn't like fully smooth, like it just like had like these little sharp like edges everywhere, and my veil was getting caught in each one as I walked down the aisle, and I could not walk down the aisle smoothly. And it was like the funniest, most awkwardest thing ever, and more funny. So that's what I was dealing with as I was walking down the aisle, but I made it. Things were good, even though by the time I made it and, you know, was feeling like, okay, my hair is done, I made it, my neck didn't break on the way down this aisle, thank you Jesus, thank you Lord, my husband showed up, all of that just to have a freaking spider, not a spider, like a freaking tarantula crawling up my long ass freaking veil, okay? That's what you get for getting married outside and in the hill country and for having a long ass veil. So just a little like FYI heads up. Make sure if you're getting a really, really cathedral long veil, they are so beautiful, but make sure where you are walking is cathedral long veil friendly, okay? Because I didn't do a rehearsal prior, which, can I just stress, please do that also, because it will literally save you a lot of little mishaps that could have been prevented had we had a rehearsal. So freaking rehearse everything, okay? So that you know that day, those moments are gonna go off without a hitch. I don't know if it would have prevented the freaking spider crawling up my my veil, but I would have known maybe to like, you know, do a little swoop-de-swoop with my veil to like the other side. Oh my god, it was pretty freaking funny and chaotic, but like funny, but I'll never forget it. It's one of the best memories I will have in my lifetime, and that is the way that your wedding should be. But just remember, live in the moment, fully enjoy it, and that's what you're working your ass off for all year planning. So the day of your wedding, make sure that your mind is clear and you're just ready to have a freaking good time. No matter what may occur, as long as your man or your girl is at the end of that aisle, that is all that freaking matters, okay? That is gonna be all of the advice that I have for today. You guys, I literally had to make a list because there are so many money saving tips that I wanted to share with you all. So that is why if you caught me a few times looking down, I was looking at my list just to make sure that I covered all of these topics. So these are the tips and tricks that, you know, helped me have the wedding of my dreams, helped me get the dress of my dreams, and, you know, helped me get the man of my dreams. Just kidding, I got that man on my own. But honestly, all these tips and tricks just help keep some money in my pocket, and I feel like when planning a wedding, the goal is to not be broke at the end of this, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So I hope you enjoyed these tips, tricks, and a little bit of story time to help distract you from the craziness that's going on in the world right now. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this video, and if you have any other questions, ask away. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and until my next one, I will talk to you guys later. But before we leave, don't forget to keep educating yourself, keep educating others. That is how we create change. That is how we really make shit happen in this world, by standing up for ourselves, for each other, and by, you know, staying loud. So until my next one, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. If you think I'm the only one that was like having like the shit end of the stick the day of our wedding, or like the day before our wedding, no. So did Daniel. Like, he went to go get a haircut, and the guy that cut his hair literally shaved off one of his eyebrows. I'm not even kidding. Daniel didn't even know that was gonna happen. Like, the guy was like, oh, you're getting married today? And he was like, yeah, because Daniel was like, oh, I need a wedding cut, I'm getting married like tomorrow. I think he got it like the day before because he wanted it to be super fresh. And like, so the guy like let the barber know like, oh, it's like his wedding cut, or I don't know, Daniel, I don't really know the whole story because I wasn't there. Anyways, the guy was like, oh, so you're getting married tomorrow? And Daniel was like, yeah. And the guy just like shaved off his brow. Like, he didn't shave it completely, but like he definitely thinned it, and there was like a little bald spot in there, and Daniel was literally like freaking out because he was like, I don't know why he did that. I feel like he was trying to sabotage me. Luckily, Daniel looked good. You couldn't even tell like one of his eyebrows was missing. But I would definitely go to get a haircut like a couple of days prior. I would let your groom or your spouse know if you're gonna get a cut, get it done a couple of days before, because you never know what's gonna freaking happen. And